Good morning, whole junior high learning community. Happy Friday. Mr. Knighton here. Let's go ahead and jump right in. As always, we want to launch with our word, which is my humanity is bound up in yours, for we can only be human together. Again, our humanity is bound up in one another's, for we can only be human together. Faces around the junior high. Let's see, where do we want to start this week? First and foremost, families, we really want to appreciate all of your dedication and support. I say that because we had an amazing event for both of our 7th and 8th graders that were able to get to class last week with no tardies. And that takes a degree of commitment not only on the students' part, but also on yours too. If there were conversations that were had at home or just some gentle reminders about getting to class on time, we really appreciated that because we had upwards to 200 plus kids out of each grade level that were able to come down and get hot cocoa. So a lot of these photos that you see here is just the joy and excitement this week when the students came down for hot cocoa. So that was just a really fun treat for the students. Well deserved. So thank you very much, students. Also, we want to give a big shout out to Mrs. Vasilian and Mrs. Baker, who are our two student support coordinators for both 7th and 8th grade. They are the masterminds and the engine and the wheel, just that driving force that's getting so much of our work done here in our building to support our students and to put incentives in place and to reward our kiddos and to inspire them to just continue to be the best that they can be, not only here but outside of school. So thank you very much, everybody, for your contributions to this week's cocoa parties that we were able to hold for our 7th and 8th graders. Looking around here, though, we did have our professional development this week with BMEA. The focus on restorative practices. This is Mr. Joseph Hines. He has been the lead facilitator here in our building on restorative practices for the past 2 years now. So we've really appreciated his leadership and just his overall support here in the building. We also, coming up, Mean Girls. Mean Girls will be it's a play that'll be taking place at the high school. But to promote Mean Girls, we had a pink day yesterday. So just a couple of photos of students in pink, as well as some of our staff showed up in pink. I did not show up in pink, despite how much I love pink. It has slipped my mind, so I did not have any pink on. So I was a little bit frustrated when I saw everybody come in. And I was like, dang, I should have had pink on too. So next time. But if you're able to, please go check out Mean Girls this weekend over at the high school. Let's see, what else do we got here? Shout out to Mrs. Moore. Mrs. Moore, we shared it on our Facebook page. She was the recipient. She is the Michigan PE Teacher of the Year. So Mrs. Moore is teaching health now, but this is her first year teaching health. She's been a PE teacher for several years now. So we had the news out last week. They did a feature on her. Then they did another feature on Mrs. Moore, which aired just the other day, which is what we shared. And I believe the recording that they did last week will come out in a couple of weeks, so we'll keep y'all posted. But outside of that, those are our faces this week for around the junior high. Just always such a joy to get these pictures and to be able to talk you through them every Friday. So speaking of incentives, we are getting ready to roll out, or we started on Monday. So between November 10th and January 16th, students are going to have the opportunity to continue to be the best that they can be here in the junior high. And at the end of that, they're going to earn they're going to be able to attend our field trip, our 7th grade field trip to Fun City and our 8th grade field trip to High Caliber. So with that, there are some requirements, and the requirements are down here. So at the end of first semester, this is a first semester reward. At the end of first semester, students need to be passing 4 out of their 6 classes, 10 or less tardies, no suspensions, and 5 or fewer detentions. So again, between November 10th and January 16th, at the end, passing 4 out of 6 classes, 10 or less tardies, 5 or fewer detentions, and no suspensions. Now, the date for these field trips will come very soon. We just have to finalize one thing with our building leadership team before we lock in the date, which will be, I believe it's going to be end of January, possibly early February of 2026. So it's coming up very soon here. There is a cost involved. It's $35. So in the meantime, students, let's try our best to see if we can, scrounge up some dollars, ask a few people. We are looking to see if there's some fundraising opportunities that we can offer in order to potentially provide some scholarships. If the $35 becomes a true burden, please, please, please reach out to us, and we're going to find a path to ensure that your student is able to attend this field trip if they've met all these requirements: passing 4 out of 6, 10 or less tardies, 5 or fewer detentions, and no suspensions. All right, Thanksgiving food drive, that's still running from now until the 21st. If you have any items that you'd like to donate, please send them on in. Next week, we'll be running A, B, and C schedules. Wednesday will be an early release. Again, next week, A, B, and C schedules. Wednesday is an early release. And please keep in mind that the week following, I know I'm bouncing all over the place, please keep in mind that the week following will be Thanksgiving break. So we will not have school that Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday of the following week. But going back, we are getting ready. I cannot wait. The variety show is always great here at the building. But we have those auditions. They're going to take place next week on the 18th as well as the 20th. Let's see here. For Gaming Club will be coming up in a couple of weeks. And then Improv Workshop is still running. It looks like Friday will be the last day for Improv Workshop. But please, if you've got a talent, if you've got some skill, if you're looking to showcase it in front of the whole building, students, that is, parents, families, go ahead and get them encouraged. But let's make sure that if they got some of those skills and they got some of those talents, let's get them out here on the 18th and 20th to audition for our variety show. All right, let's go ahead and wrap up with our word of the week. It's coming from Winston Churchill. To improve is to change. To be perfect is to change often. To improve is to change. To be perfect is to change often. Now, let me just be clear. Perfection, I would say perfection is impossible. But I believe if we're constantly waking up every single day with the mindset of looking to improve and looking to change, you may reach perfection. You may truly reach perfection. However, the focus here is improvement, and the focus is to change. So I know for here, in the world of education, when it comes to learning, just being able to wake up and approach every single day with the mindset that you want to learn, that you're looking to achieve. And I would say as you're in stride for that, improvement will come, change will come, and you likely will find forms of perfection. But it's got to be continuous. It's got to be every single day. So remember, to improve is to change. To be perfect is to change often. I hope you all have an amazing weekend. Much love, and we'll see you back on Monday. Take care.